Oh, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Happy Fun Friday, Fitness Friday, Family Friday, whatever you see these things as. So I'm going to get into it. The Lord has put it on my heart, and I'm going to share these in my groups too. So today's topic is going to be interactive. Um, and I want to hear what you guys got to say because I think that it is a topic that we get to discuss a little bit more. And I can say I get to discuss it a little bit more because it is my life's work. So I have a lot of new followers on here, and a lot of you guys are from Mobile. Maybe you're not from Mobile. A lot of people are following me now because of the line dance video that went viral for Fit and Bougie. And so I want to introduce myself, but also to the people who know of me throughout in the city, or maybe you work out with me and you think all I do is train, like I'm a trainer, I just line dance, whatever. I want to share with you a bit about who I am, and also the topic of today is how are we going to eliminate health disparities in Mobile, Alabama? How are we going to live longer? How are we going to live until we're 80, 90, 100? How are we going to reduce obesity and overweight? How are we going to reduce the instances of dementia, Alzheimer's, um, heart disease, high cholesterol, etc. How are we going to do that? And so this video stems from, and you're going to hear me talk about this all day in my stories. I'm going to be very annoying. If you're not interested, it probably not your thing. But anyways, it stems from two things. So number one, I had a pitch competition on Tuesday at the University of South Alabama to win 10,000, 4,000, or $2,000 for Fit and Bougie that would end up supporting a new wellness concept that I have that's basically like co-working reimagined for fitness and wellness professionals so that they can create a livable wage for themselves while growing their community and ecosystem, but also while solving the greater challenges within our community in the sense of preventable health disparities. So that's one. It came from that. I did not win any money, but I'm super fired up to do do a better job at being loud about our health and wellness in the city of Mobile and the black community. And also this stems from a status that Mark Jackson put up. Shouts out to Mark. He put a status up that has gotten um, so many comments right now. The comments are at 74. And so I want to thank him for posting this because I think it takes community leaders like him who are not in the fitness and wellness space, then they're in the entertainment space or investment space, real estate space and things like that. It takes community leaders like him to bring light to there's a problem, and then it kind of like jogs the rest of the people who are in those industries to say what can they do. So his status, he said, what can we do, Mobile, Alabama, to fix this? The average male life expectancy is 72.2. This issue should be on our city officials platform. I plan to start a bicycle night. What else can we do? And it says these US cities have the worst life expectancy. Mobile, Alabama is number 2. Our average life expectancy is 74.4. Birmingham is next, Montgomery is next, and then Beaumont, Port Arthur is next. And it's also I need to mention that the average life expectancy for Americans is 76. Okay, so that's already problematic. Now, when I did my pitch competition, I will tell you what is Fit and Bougie. So I have my shirt on, my Fit and Bougie Carnival shirt. What is Fit and Bougie? What does Fit and Bougie stand for? Fit and Bougie is not a line dance group. I want to just say that to everybody. We do not line dance. We are not trying to go viral. We are not. We are a workout group, and our mission is to eliminate preventable health disparities in our community, specifically among women and children. Okay, through group fitness, personal training, basic nutrition education, and community building activities. That number four, that's the one. Heavy on community. That's why you're going to always hear me say community is medicine. Because anything can be solved with community. When I say anything, anything that is a problem can be solved in a community. Period. And it's important to understand, like, when the community gets together, not even on a fitness and health space, when we get together and we decide we have a problem and we need to fix it, one person does not always have the solution. It's generally a mastermind of several brains, of ideas, of people who say, how can we meet in the middle and really move the needle to doing better together? Period. And generally, these people are aligned, but they're not in competition. Because Oprah said something that I hold true to for the rest of my life. She said, you can't do business with anybody who wants your life. Period. There are some people that want your life. You can't do business with them. However, you can do business with people who are aligned. Period. Okay? And so I have some ideas of how we can increase the life expectancy rate in Mobile and in Mobile, Alabama, and in our communities. Also, let me say this. While we're existing in community, we have to understand that everybody plays their part. And no part is more important than the other. And separate from each other's part, we are nothing. Period. I need yoga instructors. We need doctors. We need functional medicine. We need traditional medicine. We need yoga instructors. I need people who have walk groups. I need mental health therapists. There needs to be people who do breath work. There needs to be people who do beauty therapy. There needs to be people who just talk on public stages. There needs to be people who are in politics who will go on those big stages and lobby for laws and things like that. And to understand that no other person is greater than the other, and separately we can't do anything, right? And so, from what I from what I understand, there are people on the political stages, right? Shamari Figures being one of them, that has that on his platform that he wants to tackle life expectancy. But it's not just all on him. Also, it's not just on fitness people in Mobile. It's not just on gyms in Mobile. It's not just on one person, one person, one person. All of us got to do our job. Good morning, Kieta. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, Tia. I just want to explain to y'all this. I think registered there are like 139 gyms in Mobile. And who knows if they're still open, whatever. That means that they're probably registered LLCs, trainers, and things like that. There are over 200,000 people in Mobile. Not it's close. It's not way over that. But if two, let's just say half of that, if 100,000 people decided they wanted to get healthy today, there is just not enough programming, gyms, facilities, that are available. So we already are at a detriment in the city to serving people. So all of this riffraff about like who got the best this that y'all need to come over here. No, I need everybody. I need 17,000 different line dance groups. I need y'all to get it together. I need you to be community focused, led, but we need those people. We need it. We all need it. I need all of us to get together. The people who need to, I need you to go back to school and get your degree in therapy. I do. Okay, we need occupational therapists. We need all of that. So, anyways, here are some solutions that I have because I don't know if I'll ever get to talk to people. I don't ever know if I'm going to get the money. I don't ever know. But I can give you some insight because I've committed my entire life to eliminating health disparities. And this gets me emotional because literally I will go broke trying to get y'all healthier. And it's not about arguing about not arguing over anybody on this internet. And my clients know I do. Y'all, I give as much as I can because it's a serious thing. It truly is. A lot of us have lost people that are extremely close to us because we just don't put our health on the forefront. And health is not sexy. It's not sexy in Mobile. It's not trendy in Mobile. Good morning, Selena's. And that's okay. And that's okay. But number one, before I get highly emotional about this, number one, community. You'll hear me say it 1,565 billion zillion times. Community is medicine. And we could kiki on this internet all day about fans and how you don't come over here to fans. We don't want to hear people do this, that, and the other, etc. Good morning, Georgia. Y'all so loud. All people want to do is line dance. It's community, y'all. It's community. Finally, black people are getting together and doing something as a community and being aligned. There's people who don't even know how to dance and they just standing up because they want to be in the mix. It's called community. Y'all, you're absolutely delusional to think that Big Brother does not want you to be in community. The pandemic was so that you wouldn't be in community anymore. And we get on here and we self-proclaim that we're introverts, that we don't like people, that we don't want to go nowhere, that we want to stay in our house. And guess what you're doing? You are feeding into what was planned to get you isolated and out of community and fighting for your damn life. Get out of there. 2023. Let me give you some proof because I'm not just bullshitting this morning. And y'all, I'm cussing today. So, whatever. Good morning. Good morning, Neo. Listen. The U.S. Surgeon General declared an epidemic. I need you to write epidemic in the comments. I need you to keep epidemic in your head for the rest of the day. Not a pandemic, an epidemic. An epidemic of loneliness. 2023. The new epidemic. The new epidemic is loneliness. It's not smoking. It's not heart disease. It's not dementia. It's not diabetes. It's not high cholesterol. It's not suicide. It's not depression. It's not anxiety. It's loneliness. An epidemic of loneliness. Loneliness is as impactful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It's 8 a.m. right now. Would you sit on your couch and smoke 15 cigarettes, squares, on your couch right now? You should be at least three cigarettes in right now. Loneliness disguised behind you sitting on your couch, rubbing your feet together, watching TV, not talking to nobody on the phone, not going to no birthday parties, not going out and getting some sun, not interacting with people, not being kind, talking yourself out of everything, not going out on vacation, not communicating with your friends, your family members. Loneliness. It's all disguised behind you self-diagnosing being an introvert, self-diagnosing why you didn't show up for church, why you didn't show up for Bible study, why you didn't show up for your workout, because I just like being to myself. Loneliness. And you know what happens when you get lonely? You start convincing yourself that life is worse than it is. Because you're not around people who are able to put in perspective hope for you. And you're not accountable to anybody else except the voice in your head. And the voice in your head has nothing planned for you except comfortability. What else is loneliness responsible for? Loneliness is directly responsible for heart disease, instances of heart disease. Loneliness is responsible for some instances of dementia. Dementia. How many of us have elders who died of Alzheimer's and dementia? And I say some instances because it's not all instances, it's some. Dementia. Mind go bad. Put them in a nursing home. Mind bad. They don't know nothing. They don't remember nothing. No community. This is why laws were passed in the group home. So shouts out to Artrina. who taught us about this. There's a law that was passed about putting special needs people in buildings with a lot of other special needs people. It's called being institutionalized like a jail. So now they have to be in homes with like a smaller group, 3 or 4 people, so that they can have a normal life and be in community. And that's the same for you. Also, loneliness is responsible for premature death. If the average life expectancy of a man in Mobile, Alabama is 72.2, it's very telling. If it's 76 for everyone, to everybody watching right now, if you are 36, okay, 37, you only, by the standards of what they say with life expectancy, you only have about 35 summers left. And a lot of y'all are spending those summers inside of your house talking about how you are an introvert and justifying being behind a screen. You got 35 summers left, and you're gonna spend them with yourself. And this is loneliness. Blood pressure high, because you're not talking to nobody. Nobody understands me. Do you really think that nobody understands you? In your right mind, but you're not in your right mind. Because you know that's some bullshit. You would never know, though, because you're not in community. Community is medicine. Community solves a lot of problems. Hey, Tony. That's my sister-in-law, y'all. She in Guam. Community is medicine. Community solves a lot of problems. Community is how we have electricity, the feedback we get from the community, the inventions. Community is how we cure different diseases. Community is how we have solutions to problems. Community is how your kids pass the ACT and the SAT because there was somebody who said, I'm going to get in the community and I'm going to tutor these kids. Community is how we have scholarships. Community is how a lot of things that are funded, how we get grants and loans. Community, somebody thought of a financial instrument and said, we need to solve a problem. Community is how we have this technology right now. A group of people got together. And also on the other side, community can work other way. If the people who have ill intentions are louder and more intentional about being in community, things are going to go the opposite way. So number one solution is community. How are we going to increase the life expectancy? It's in community. And we need everybody to do their part. And it's not just in fitness. You might like to go to bingo. Do it. You might like to put on hair shows. Community. You might like to do trainings. Community. Community is medicine. Number two is responsibility. Every individual has to take responsibility for their own health and stop acting like folks need to coddle you. You want to be freaking coddled. You don't want to be held responsible. Everybody want to be positive Patty. You don't want nobody to hurt your feelings. Everybody want a trophy for participation. You need to be responsible for your own individual health. Period. It's nobody's responsibility to create a program for you to get healthier. Go outside and walk. Go outside and get some sunshine. Go to your appointments how you need to be going. It's your individual responsibility. Number two, when you know you got your individual responsibility on lock, it's time for you to pay it forward to your circle of influence. Your circle of influence to challenge you to get better, that's community. If your circle of influence does not challenge you to get better, you guys are enabling each other to get worse. Responsibility. Whatever God called you to do in this lifetime, that's your responsibility to do. And you're doing a disservice to the community when you're not doing it. When you allow fear, when you allow shame, when you allow doubt, when you allow people who are not doing anything to influence you not to take action. You got to be responsible. Number three, you got to be accountable. You got to be able to hear somebody say, you need to do right, shut your lips, and you say, you're right, I need to do better. Period. Period. And I'm going to speak on the topic of health and fitness. The fitness industry has become so lenient to where we'll justify anything. It's okay if you just do a little bit. Listen, it's not okay if you just do a little bit. I want you to do all of what you're supposed to do. I want you to strive to do the best because I want the best in my community. Are we going to have perfect days every day? No. We know that. But we should be striving to be the best. We should not strive to be at the bottom. We should not strive to be mediocre. We should not strive to do the least. You striving to do the least every day. I give you the standards of how much water you're supposed to drink. You're supposed to drink 8-ounce glasses of water. We've been saying that since I was little, before there was a hole in the ozone layer. 8-ounce glasses of water. Y'all looking at me. You should be glad I drank one bottle. No, I'm not glad you drank one bottle. I want you to drink half your body weight in ounces of water. What are you talking about? Be accountable. Yes, D, I need to do better at drinking my water. I'm gonna strive to do better every day. I'm gonna strive to do better the next time I put some water in my mouth. I'm telling you that your ass is going to be frail up in that bed looking crazy when you're 70 or 80 years old if you don't start lifting weights. What y'all ass want to do? Argue with me? Well, I went and walked 5 miles. You need to go lift some weights. I said what I said because, like I said, I've given my entire life's mission to this. Y'all, and Kay will tell you, one of the things I do as a trainer, and it sucks, is that I'm a flower girl. I walk behind y'all's caskets and hold the freaking flowers. That's what I do. I do that. I beg and plead. I moved back from Birmingham, and I had to walk behind 3 caskets in a year of people I tried to save, people I tried to invite to class. 3. And I had to walk behind, and I didn't have nothing else to give. I wasn't even sad. I was disappointed. It sucked. Y'all, do you know how bad it sucked to have to look at my friend's mom, who I worked with? I had to be at the bedside. She was brain dead. And it wasn't even 72 hours before that I was inviting her to come to Zumba, that I was telling her, please stop drinking eating these chips. Please stop drinking this soda. And she was slim, y'all. 45, 2 kids, a husband, not overweight, highly stressed out, working 18 hours a day. All she would eat was a bag of chips because she was so busy. She wouldn't drink any water. She would drink Coke because she needed sugar and caffeine to stay awake. Fell out at work. And the issue is that y'all don't want to be accountable. And y'all be looking at me and arguing me, and I'm the one that walked behind the caskets. Me, I do. It's the personal responsibility that you have. It's accountability that you got to shut your mouth and say, I need to do better. I don't care if I don't care if you're depressed. I don't care if you're anxious. I don't care if you're going through. I don't care. Because I walk behind your casket. And I got to look your family dead ass in their eyes and be like, I tried. And I got to look back at these videos of you working out 2 years ago and you stopped working out because you was so busy and you got to go work. It's me. An example of this is the Black Panther Party. Black community was acting a fool. Black community was acting a fool. The outside community was acting a fool, and there had to be a group of people who said, we got to stand guard at the top of our community to keep the enemy out and to save the people from themselves. That's what they had to do. The Black Panthers was going to whoop ass outside, and they was going to whoop your ass inside. Just like Harriet Tubman. She said, this gun is for them, coming after us, and this gun is for you, and you trying to turn back and go back to the enemy. Harriet said, you can get a hole in your back, and they can get a hole in their back. So you might as well keep going. Period. That's the accountability, the responsibility, and the community. And I hope y'all get it, because I just really feel like sometimes you'll understand English, and I try to be so kind. I try to be so kind on this internet, and I hope sometimes that the grace that I extend to you and the kindness that I might extend to you, I hope that it would change your ways and that you would perhaps start living a healthier lifestyle. But I see that it's not working. So now I got to be who I am. Next, this is number 4. You got to watch your mouth. Okay? Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? However you feel, whatever you say, you really feel. You get on the internet, you don't like people, get on the internet, complain about people having a good time. Oh, it's so hot in here. People are in community doing good work. They're doing good work. And you want to say something bad. The city of Mobile need to do more. They ain't got nothing going on. Mobile ain't got nothing. Y'all, I'm directly attached to people who have wellness programs. I'm going to be complete and quite honest. Do you think the city of Mobile has no wellness programs and that there needs to be more? And I'm going to address it. There are walking trails. There are walking trails in Trinity Gardens. There are walking trails in Pritchard. There's Tricentennial Park walking trails that extend miles and miles and miles. Beautiful walking trails. There's a Fit Lot off of Texas Street. There's a Fit Lot in Pritchard that y'all didn't have to pay for. Grants paid for it. There are free fitness and wellness opportunities through the city of Mobile. And guess what? Y'all don't attend it because excuses are greater than opportunities. There are people who are literally retired that get a pension and they teach classes all day for the city of Mobile. All day. And all you got to do is seek. You just got to go look and you got to go plug in. There's so much, y'all. So many people do walks. So many beautiful parks that we have. A lot of my friends lead free opportunities. Port City Striders is a run club. The Mobile Park and Rex has so many. They got nighttime bike ride. They ride bikes on a Sunday. They run. They have all different type of stuff. Free resources. But it's up to you to plug into it instead of saying on your couch. There are plenty trainers, plenty line dance instructors, but y'all don't want to go consistently. Now I'm going to say this. There is a food insecurity that we do have in Mobile. We have a food insecurity here. We do not have enough healthy food options. But let me share with you, as someone who has had a cafe with healthy food options, it's not sexy. Sometimes it's not trendy in Mobile yet. And so the people who bootstrapped opening these places, different cafes and restaurants, even the restaurants that might be open now that offer healthy options, people don't choose them. And so, because of the loss and a lot of food waste that happens, those places have to close. They have to close. I'm gonna even tell you guys this because you may not understand how serious it is. Pritchard is considered a food desert because you have to walk more than a mile to get to food. Grocery stores also don't carry certain fruits and vegetables if that community doesn't eat it. So even if y'all are like, how come so and so doesn't carry XYZ? Why is the produce not quality? Why is It's because that community doesn't eat it. I remember being in Pritchard. I lived in Pritchard a long time. Being in Pritchard, going to the Piggly Wiggly, and I couldn't find spinach. I'm gonna do you one better. I live in downtown Mobile, okay? And this might step on some toes. I live in downtown Mobile, and there's a beautiful Greer's, really terrible produce, awful produce, awful produce. Because what does it say? Not enough people buy produce and complain about the quality of it for them to get better. I'm going to take it another level because it's not just Mobile. I've lived a lot of places. I was in California and I lived in a very affluent white side of town. I mean affluent. The average home is 10 milli. Okay? The store across the street, I couldn't find no cabbage. I couldn't find no turnip greens. I couldn't find no collard greens. It's because people don't eat it. We do have a food insecurity in Mobile. We have a problem. However, because of waste and how expensive it is, business is expensive to run here. And a lot of y'all just be like, how come D you don't just open another blah 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 blah? Because a lot of us don't have a $500,000 sitting in a bank to wait it out, to just wait out when it gets popular. In my opinion, fully vegan restaurants that have gluten-free options completely, vegetarian restaurants, I believe in 10 years they will be able to sustain in Mobile. Here, right now, you better have some freaking money. You better have some freaking money. I'm a 110%. If listen, y'all know I want to open a community space with a vegan restaurant and another smoothie bar in there. I know I got to have at least 500,000 to operate in the red for a couple years. I love it. I will go broke doing this, and I have. I've gone broke. So that's next. I got to get ready to go because I got to train these people. Next, I need y'all to understand, no one's coming to save you. No one. No one's going to knock on your door. Don't let social media think that there's a better trainer who's just going to be so accountable to you. It's going to be on your phone. I don't want social media to make you think that the doctors have the capacity to care about every nook and cranny, every cell in your individual body. Every practitioner, every wellness practitioner, every wellness professional, I don't want you to think that you're so important that they can just care about you so much and tell you every single solitary thing. That's ignorant. No one's coming to save you. No, I got to train in 30 minutes, Tony. No one's coming to save you. I'm sorry. Black people, I know that historically we feel marginalized. We feel like we're owed, even though we haven't got nothing. We feel like we got the short end of the stick, and the stick is getting shorter. But I'm here to tell you, and still, no one's coming to save you. Good morning, De'Ara. No one's coming to save you. Kay put a quote up, and it said, create the experience that you're longing for. Something like that. Create the experience that you want. Become the person that you needed. It's your responsibility. If it pisses you off enough, then you need to do something about it. But you do something about it first for yourself. No one's coming to save you. It ain't nobody's responsibility to go walk with you outside. It's nobody's responsibility to remind you to go to class. It's nobody's responsibility to tell you to challenge yourself. It's nobody's responsibility to tell you to be on time. It's nobody's responsibility to tell you to drink some water. What are you, a toddler? Y'all watching this right now? You know better. It's nobody's responsibility. But it's just easier to put the responsibility on somebody else so that you're not accountable. This leads me to my next solution. Understanding that it's never too old. You're never too old to change. Things are never too bad for you to change. I started training Carolyn when she was at 60. She's 70 now. Carolyn did not work out. It's never too late. I started training Miss Faye at 76. She's 77 now. Health has improved. She lost weight at 76. Some of y'all is 35 complaining to me how you can't lose no weight. Complaining to me how you can't get on the ground. She's 76, couldn't get on the ground. 77 on the ground, her favorite class is Pilates. Y'all 27 years old talking about what you can't damn do. Oh, my big toe. Oh, I'm just so depressed. Go take some medication. Take your medication. Go to your therapist. Go to your workout. We've become so intelligent at articulating our problems that we think that the ability to do that justifies us not doing what we're responsible to do. The excuses got to go. How do we increase our life expectancy? Get rid of the excuses, get in community, be responsible for yourself, do what you're supposed to do that God has called you to do, and be open to being accountable. On any level, on a local level, in your house level, on a political level, on a global level, you do your part. If everybody do their part, everything moves forward. The issue comes when we start to compartmentalize everything separate. And then we want to say that what this person is doing is wrong, what this person is doing is wrong, what this person is doing is wrong. There are pillars of health that we must follow. We have to manage our stress. We have to have a balanced eating. We need to do some type of resistance training. We have to take care of our cardiovascular system. We need to take care of our mental health. And we need to be in community. Stretch. Go outside, take our vitamins. We got to do that. Those are the standards. That's the pillars of health and wellness. Okay? Next, this is going to be big. That's how we do it. Because, I appreciate Mark for posting this, but what I'm finding is that a lot of people in the comments feel like their solution is the only solution. Or you feel like your solution is the start to a solution when everything needs to happen simultaneously, like this. Just like if you were in a traffic jam and you're waiting to get off on your exit and all 15 lanes is packed. In order to get everything to move, all the cars got to go forward, correct? It's not just one car's responsibility to go. The car back here, it could be a scat, right? The scat pack can go so fast, but it can't go anywhere if the Camry don't move. The Camry can't go nowhere if the 18-wheeler don't move in the front. The 18-wheeler can't go nowhere if the police don't pace the traffic and get it together. The police can't get that together if the lights ain't working. Everything has to go at the same time. And we understand that, we can move the needle forward, okay? Now, this is a big one that I have some incredible friends, and like I said, this is my life's work. We need to change our mindset from being 100% that everybody needs to be 100% healthy and fit. That's just not a truth that everybody will have, okay? And so changing the narrative to this word usage. Y'all with me? Wellness aligned. I need y'all to put this in here. If my fabs are watching this, you guys are with me on this. Having a wellness aligned mindset. Having being wellness aligned. That means wellness is existing. There are different lanes of wellness, and we are in different lanes, and we are aligned. There are some people who are going to be wellness aligned who are more fit, that adopt a more rigid, healthy lifestyle. But the community has to come in and be wellness aligned. That means not knocking a person who decides the way that they get their steps in is in line dance that occurs at a bar. Maybe they drink alcohol. That's a thing that they do. They're not ready to change that. They're not interested in changing that. They don't want to change that, but they know they need to move more, and so they decide to go to brunch to do line dance. They decide to go to Elevate to do line dance on Thursdays. They decide to work out with Queenie and do her line dance on Mondays. So you got somebody who's now gone from not exercising at all to exercising 3 days a week, even if they do still have a shot. Wellness aligned. The white community understands this. This is why they have run clubs and they end up at a brewery. Wellness aligned experiences. Wellness aligned. To the fitness professionals, it drives us batty, I know. But it's more it's more feasible for us to understand that we can help people, 1,000 people get healthy. But if 1,000 people are wellness aligned, those 1,000 can influence more people to get healthy just by role modeling a physically active lifestyle or a healthy lifestyle. Number two, being results focused. We've got away from being results focused because we don't like to be disappointed. Results focused is this is where I am, this is where I want to go, this is the plan to get there, and I'm not going to stop the plan until I get there. I'm always going to have a plan to get there. The plan might deviate, but I'm going to have a plan to get there. Albert Einstein, how did he create the light bulb? It wasn't because there was one solid plan to get there. He made a plan, he did it for a long time, tested it, it didn't work, he went another route. But that one plan didn't tell him that he was unsuccessful. That one plan told him a way that it didn't work. But he tested it. This is a part of being results focused. This is why I'm also, you're not going to hear me say as a trainer, everyone stay off the scale. I have a $10,000 scale. I'm not going to say that because I need to know where you are, and I need to know the plan that we're doing. Is it moving you in the direction you're going? It's not to piss you off. It's not to give you anxiety. It's not to make you feel no type of way or attach your character to a number. It's simply a test to see if the plan is working. If the plan is not working, we pivot, but we're still using this as a metric. So results focused. And lastly, being community led. Everything that we do has to be community led. It's fact. We're very influenced by community. I'm going to take it to a creation level. God exists in community. The triune, the Godhead, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. Even people who are in different religions. The different religions have many different gods that exist, and they have stories together. Because community is important in every facet of their life. Even people who are monotheistic, they believe in angels, they believe in demons, they believe in all of those things. Still community, all existing, and that's just in a spiritual level. So I feel like the human arrogance makes us think that we're excluded, and we're not. Everything we do needs to be community led. Our stories are written because of community. We just have to be louder than the people who are being trash and have ill intent and don't have good intentions. Okay? I hope that was as concise I could have made it. And I'm going to still be very loud about this. And I'm going to be on y'all head about it. So much stuff can happen if we're in community. You think about some of the most wealthiest people in the world. How did they become wealthy? It was not because They did it on their own. They got people in their corner that funded it, that gave them more ideas, that supported them. And then we as a community supported their ideas and made them billionaires. That's how it happened. How did the food industry be able to dictate the quality of food that we have in the United States? A group of people got together, they pressed the button, they believed in themselves, they gave each other more ideas, they executed, and what do we do as a community? Support them. Supported the highly packaged processed foods because it's more convenient, because we thought their ideas benefited us more than what we knew was better for us. So I love y'all. And we can do better. That mortality rate can get better if we exist within community, become individually responsible, community wise responsible. We do what God has called us to do, whether it's a stay at home mother or a politician. For real. If we just put our excuses to the side and say, I'm going to take more action than I take excuses, I'm going to take my vitamins more than I take excuses, okay? We can move the needle. But you have to start today. You can't start Monday. You have to start doing your part today. All right? Remember that community is medicine. Anything can change. Anything can be solved. There could be a remedy. You can get healed in community. All right? Love y'all. That's your vitamin D for free.